Yeah, yeah. Been gone for 2 weeks. The stomach flu ain't good. It ain't pretty. It's never, ever your best friend. Except for water and green tea after you come off it, because that's all I've been drinking. But goodness gracious, these past 2 weeks were worse, and especially the first week. Nothing but fever, abdominal pain, and just, bleh, vomiting. I lost count of how many times that I actually vomit, but that doesn't matter anymore. I'm here, I'm back, and I'm debuting a new series called 42. What is 42? 42 is a quality control stamp number that I use to determine whether or not the product is good for the customer or not. With awesome role models and awesome trainers by my side, I was able to obtain this stamp number. And now, it plays a huge role. It feeds me. It's the reason why I can purchase more games. And now, I want to go ahead and acknowledge the work, acknowledge the stamp number, and use it here for the channel. So, welcome to 42, series premiere, featuring Croc Legend of the Gobbos. Enjoy. Croc Legend of the Gobbos. Gobbos, I don't know. Most people say Gobbos, some people say Gobbos. I say, well, sometimes both. A classic game that brings back so many memories. This game was actually my very first game for the PlayStation 1. A game made by Argonaut Studios, which sadly doesn't exist no more. And I was so happy to be playing it on the channel. Yeah. A little bit of history. This game was actually one of the juggernaut games that the PlayStation 1 needed. The Nintendo 64 introduced Super Mario 64. And not just that, every other game studio was being introduced to 3D, 64-bit, and the rest is history. It was a huge milestone. History for video games forever. Now back to Croc. The story starts with the Gobbos finding Croc. Oh, look cute little baby, yeah. And he's being trained by the one only King Gobbo. Trouble arise as Baron Dante, yep, the boss of the game, and his evil fuckers. Yeah, I call them fuckers because these guys gave me a hard time in my playthrough. The Titinis and Baron Dante scared the Gobbos shitless, and unfortunately kidnapped King Gobbo. Thus, your adventure begins. Your 3D platform adventure begins. Let's talk about gameplay. So, after that rough training from King Gobbo himself and being kidnapped, let's see what Croc has learned. He has that tail attack, the ground pound, which is inspired by Yoshi. Fun fact, this game was going to be a Yoshi game until Argonaut Studios turned it to a crocodile, and thus we have Croc. More of his movesets. Croc also has a quick turn, which I found this useful to adjust the camera. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the camera just a bit. Last but not least, Croc can do side steps. I found this useful to adjust myself on the platform to prepare for my next jump. Why? Because I'm either too short or way off target. This game has 4 worlds. Each world contains 2 bosses. A halfway point boss and a main boss. I call it sub or main in my playthroughs. World 1 is kinda like a nature or grassy world. The second world is a snow world, which reminds me of Christmas. The third world is a desert world, and it's 100 degrees here in good old California. The last one is Baron Dante's castle. This guy is rich, and I mean rich. I mean, just look at the space around the castle, man. Look at all the room. Crap. How many rooms do you have? Rent me one. Shit, I'm down to move in with you. Now, just like Sonic the Hedgehog, Croc uses diamonds for health. You can collect diamonds in every area of each level in each world. However, when Croc takes a hit from an enemy, you lose a large portion of your diamonds. Take another hit with 0 diamonds, and you lose a life. In each world there's 6 Gobbos. You gotta rescue them in order to 100% the game. However, the 6th one is hidden behind a secret door. To unlock the secret door, you have to collect 5 colored crystals or diamonds. Collecting the 5 colored crystals and saving all 6 Gobbos, you 100% the level. If you continue this progress of just 100% in each level, you will unlock secret levels. There's 2 of them in each world, and by beating the secret level, you earn yourself a jigsaw piece. There's a total of 8 jigsaw pieces. Collecting all 8, you will unlock another secret world and face the true final boss, the Sentinel. Now I really love the fact of collecting the 5 colored crystals and collecting all 6 Gobbos adds even more into Croc Legend of the Gobbos. This game made me care about collecting everything, and I love that for a PlayStation 1 game. The ugly. Let's talk about it. Number 1, the controls. Why tanked? You know how Resident Evil used tank controls? This one just has it. Now for a Resident Evil game that uses tank controls, it's okay. But when you're using it for a platformer, it's a complete fucking mess. Now for example, when you rotate Croc to the left or right with the analog stick or directional button, he still moves. Now, what's even way worse is when you're on a smaller platform. If he moves, you're guaranteed to fall off, and it just really pained me. And the behind the scenes when I was making these episodes, I was very frustrated. Now, I really have some heavy thumbs here, and sometimes I just push it hard at times. But later on during the gameplay, you just get used to it. For the controllers, it just didn't ruin the experience for me. It's just, why did you do that? It's just like a smack in the hand. The controls can be just slightly forgiving for a PlayStation 1 game, but what really adds the cherry on top is the cameras. Now there were times where Croc was facing the other way and I really needed him to face the direction where I wanted him to face, but the camera would get stuck and I just had to suck it up and just run forward or jump forward and hopefully I don't miss the next platform. Yep, took it like a champ. Now going back to the full quick turn for Croc, again I found this useful just to make sure I adjust the camera. There's times where I do the quick turn, the camera turns with me. It's just another thing to get used to in this game as well, the cameras. But yet again, it did not ruin the experience of me playing my childhood game. I would like to acknowledge the developers from Argonaut Software for developing this unique game. A wonderful PlayStation 3D platformer that the PlayStation 1 needed back in its day. The soundtrack is amazing too, but I gotta say, hands down, the Desert World has the best soundtrack ever. PlayStation 1, Dreamcast, and PC, I personally recommend the PlayStation 1 version. The PC holds some frame lag, which is not good, not pretty for the experience. Go to that retro feel. If you have a PS2 or PS3 that supports backwards compatible, pick up this game. It really is worth playing. In conclusion, Croc Legend of the Gobbos will receive my stamp of 42. This game is also a 7 out of 10. From the soundtrack, the level designs for a PlayStation 1 game is great. Pretty soon, I will be playing Croc 2. Stay tuned for that, and thank you guys for watching the series premiere episode of 42. I'll see you guys next time. Stay blessed.